Hey guys, we want to welcome y'all to the first episode ever of Beerenstein.
Beerenstein!
It's the first episode of Beerenstein! This is going to be a show where we're going to review beers. It's basically all about beer. We're here at the World Beer Bottle Shop down on Lois, Greenville. This is the Director of Consumption, Chris Hanks. Chris?
Yeah, Chris.
How you guys?
No, Chuck. Go. Yes!
Oh, that's the magic trick. That's what it was. My
Done.
God.
That's how quick that was. So guys, it's going to be a monthly free beer show, and I'm sorry, this is going to be a monthly show down here at World Beer. So the first Friday of every month, we're just going to have a big group of people. So, hey, if anybody would like some free samples of beer, feel free to come up to the show right now and help yourself. We got some beer up here.
Free Russian Imperial Stout.
So I guess free beer. So the very first thing we're going to do, let's take a look at who our hosts are tonight. We got the infamous Jimmy Ryan.
Hey, it's perfect to be here. It's not very hard to talk you into coming out and like drinking some beers, so that's not too bad.
I mean, you of all people would totally enjoy this.
Absolutely.
Like I said earlier, Director of Consumption at the World Beer, Chris Hanks.
Yes, that's what I do.
Chris is going to be filling us in on all the stuff that they're going to be doing over the next month at World Beer here. So look at this. Look at this. All this beer. This is great.
Beer.
It really brings people together.
I think that this is one of your more ingenious ideas,
I
Dale.
think so too. Let's go straight to get beer. That's all it is.
Yeah, I'm happy you talked me into
We
it.
have the co-producer, Jay Skagerberg.
Hey, everyone. Hello, universe.
And then, of course, we have local nano brewer, Cullen. Go ahead and,
Hey, Colin, say something.
Cullen Frazier here.
Good evening, everyone. I'm handing out beer, and I'll be back in just a second.
So we're basically going to be reviewing a crop-load of beers. And actually, Cullen brought in some beer as well, some of his home brew. This guy makes amazing beer, dude.
I saw some of this stuff just earlier.
You're totally going to love it.
Unbelievable.
So the very first thing we're going to do as soon as Cullen gets back from whatever that boy is doing, goofing off. Welcome to the show. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be reading off some beer trivia. And then here's the thing is after y'all been drinking for the entire night, we're going to give you a quiz and see who gets the highest points, who can remember at the end.
Who remembered the trivia?
So we'll give you the answers.
Wow.
Yeah, and you're going to have to
It's
see how much
like
you can
Jeopardy,
remember.
but with more booze.
Are we allowed
It's
to take
exactly
notes?
like $10,000 pyramid, but
Oh,
with
yeah.
paper.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, Cullen, hey, real fast, we're going to read off the trivia, and this is what everybody's going to be tested on at the end after you've been drinking. So here we go, all right? Quotes. Without question, the greatest invention in the history of mankind is beer. Oh, I'll grant you that the wheel was also a fine invention, but the wheel doesn't go nearly as well with pizza. And that's Dave Barry.
Dave Barry, okay.
So, columnist and author. Beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy.
Franklin.
Franklin.
Yep.
Most people should know that one, yeah. He was a wise man who invented beer, and that's Plato, one of the greatest thinkers of all time. And he was even in favor of it. So we got pretty good group of here.
Right,
Yeah,
a very
we're in good company.
endorsement there.
All right, here we go. We're going to run through these kind of quick. The first consumer protection law ever written was enacted over beer by Duke Wellingham IV of Bavaria in 1516. It was a purity law limiting the ingredients of beer to barley, hops, and water.
Weinheitsgebot.
Heiskebot.
Weinheitsgebot.
Oh, wow. See, he's got even more than I do on this.
It's the German beer purity law.
Something tells me I'm losing this game.
It's German for what?
White guy laws.
White guy laws. Oh, that's awesome.
It's actually German for the laws of the river.
Well,
Weinheitsgebot.
see, you're going to learn something, too. And here's also the deal at home. When we drink, you need to be drinking at home, too.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
this
it's
is
kind of the
definitely an
rule.
interactive show here.
If you're not drinking at home, what are you
Yeah,
doing?
what are you
And-
doing?
yeah.
Seriously.
And we have a monitor. We're watching you watch us.
That's what this
So,
monitor up here
you
is
know.
for.
10 o'clock
So we
on
can
a
watch
Friday
everybody at
night.
home.
Yeah.
Get beer out right now.
All right, gentlemen, here we go. The next beer fact. Beer is the second most popular beverage in the world, coming in behind
Water.
tea.
Tea.
Wow.
Tea. It's just foul water.
Yeah, it's just messed up water.
Disgusting water.
So, okay.
Pabst Blue Ribbon, Pabst beer is now called Pabst Blue Ribbon because it was the first beer to win a blue ribbon at the Chicago World's Fair in 1893.
Wow, I did not know that. So originally it was just Pabst.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh.
And then they kicked it up a notch, and now it's
And now
one of
you
the
know
greatest beers
hipsters
of all
everywhere
time,
are only
according to
gonna be calling it
hipsters.
Pabst.
They've been gloating for over 100 years.
And then they give it
No,
a
it's
blue
amazing. Yeah. All right, let's see. Anybody want to guess what the largest brewery in the United States is?
ribbon. Sam Adams.
Yeah, I would actually say Sam Adams.
Anheuser-Busch
That's-
is the largest
I
brewery
was
in the
gonna go
United
with that,
States of
too.
America.
Oh, okay. I guess they do brewery
I was thinking
or
maybe
brew it here.
American-owned,
Okay, no.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
It's owned by a bunch of
Sorry,
furry
gentlemen, we're
foreigners.
selling our souls $1 at a time. All right. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, also known as FDR, was elected in 1932 because of his promise to end prohibition.
Is it true or false? Or
What?
No, that's a fact. These are the things you have to remember for the end of the show. So FDR, one of his platforms that he ran on was ending prohibition, and he won by a pretty large landslide.
That'll make you a pretty popular guy.
I would have voted for him also.
That could seriously be his only thing on the platform,
Yeah.
and I'd be all down for that.
I'm going to let everything go to crap, but I'm going to give you beer.
put that on his platform and win.
Yeah, totally. Just I would vote for him, no problem. All right, now just like everybody knows, Japan's a little weird. In Japan, just like panties, you can buy beer in vending machines on the streets,
Oh.
by
God,
walking
yes.
beer vendors, and in train stations to take with you on the local commute.
As well in Poland, I was just there to confirm this
Isn't
fact.
even good.
No, it's Japanese beer. That's ridiculous.
Well, the French just invented a baguette dispensing vending machine. Bakes a fresh baguette right
That's
there.
really, really important.
Way to go, France. Way to go.
Does anybody know the official alcohol of the United States?
Beer.
Whiskey.
It's a bourbon, actually, passed by an act of Congress. However, many people have attempted to overturn that in favor of beer over the years. Last but not least, the number 33 on the bottle of Rolling Rock was originally a printer's error. It refers to the 33-word original slogan. It has generated enough mystery that the company has left it on the label. Now, that's what you have to remember till the end of the show.
Do you have the slogan? The 33-word slogan?
Fuck you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Smooth. Very
So
smooth.
that's it, guys. That's all you have to remember till the end of the night. Now, what we're going to start with is, look at this wonderful area of beers here.
Yeah.
Chris,
Cornucopia beer.
that's right, a venerable cornucopia. Of course, if it were all actually in a cornucopia, it would leak out through the wicker.
It's true.
But we'll make it work. Okay, Chris, I'll tell you what, I'm going to hand it over to you now, since really I'm not even a host on this. I'm just bringing it in.
You're just
an intro.
naturally hosting by accident.
So why don't you tell us here, first of all, tell us a little bit about World Beer, then tell us what we got here on the
you
table.
actually have to hand over the mic first.
Oh, I will. I'm gonna mess on this beard, then I'm gonna walk up, and then we're gonna start some beer reviews. So, gentlemen, sir,
Thank you, sir.
all right, enjoy Beerenstein.
Okay, so who started early? There's somebody
Not
definitely.
us.
Somebody
What would you
definitely
like?
started
This
early.
one? Right here?
There's a black one.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, that was.
I don't know where that one went. It wasn't me.
Okay, so we're gonna skip
So
whoever.
Colin, did you start a little early on the dark on the
I
stout?
might have given it away.
Oh, it may have been given away in the whole hustle to give away beer.
It's hurtful. It's hurtful. So,
That's V.
Tragedy.
It's V's fault.
so basically, what we have is
So I love
it's kind
sour
of
beer.
three different, very extreme beers. So all three of these beers are. There's no like
Hold that up
line
to
of there's no line of like light to dark. These are all very gonna punch you in the face. So the first one's an IPA, but it's cask conditioned. So I don't know if you guys saw this cask that's sitting over on the counter over here. But yeah, that's the no. That's oh, did you get the
Same one, yeah,
same
I think
one?
so, yes.
Okay, so that's the St. Arnold's Endeavor cask condition. It's an IPA, but it's cask conditioned, so everything is still alive in this beer.
Yes, I got to try it earlier. This is a wonderful
Yeah.
beer. So.
So this beer is going to challenge you because most people don't really enjoy just straight up bitter things.
Wow,
They tend to
okay.
go for things that are sweeter or in the summertime lighter, weedier, more citrusy.
And what is this called again?
The St. Arnold Endeavor.
St. Arnold
Definitely
Endeavor.
has, like for me, you know, I'm not an expert at
Mm-hmm.
beer, but I do drink a lot of beer, and it definitely has, it has a very good, like, sort of summertime, but almost fall kind of
Yeah, it's very
taste to it.
crisp.
It's really crisp. It's good.
Yeah, and it has
Yeah.
the grapefruit that kind of
Yeah,
comes
well,
through
yeah.
on the back
Let's
end.
stop talking about it and start
Yes.
drinking it
Drink
then.
Cheers.
De Beerenstein.
I already drank mine, sorry. Yeah.
And Colin, what was this beer, dude?
That is the 16% Russian Imperial Stout. He who must not be named.
Excellent.
Oh, we like it.
That is actually really good.
So, like, I don't know if you guys, I mean, she said she's not really a beer person, but
Uh-huh.
in reviewing a beer, what you want to do is kind of take everything about it, all the sensor information you can get. So you want to take a note of the color, because that's going to kind of give you the first indications of where you're going as far as what are going to be prevalent as far as the main flavors. So
Right.
this being a more almost orange flavor or color, you're going to get a lot more of the grapefruit, which ends up being the malt character in the beer. And then you want to go to the smell, because you can't really taste anything without smell because you have so many more sensors in your mouth than you actually do in your tongue. So when you smell that beer, I smell like a fresh balloon. I know that sounds weird, but you actually smell almost like a fresh rubber smell. And then you smell pine, then you smell citrus, and then when you drink that beer, you're going to taste the grapefruit that you kind of saw in the color. So everything about a beer is all about every sensation. So when you get to the final actual tasting part, you want to see the way it hits your tongue, the way it feels in your mouth. So if it coats your mouth and it's very thick and it doesn't clean out very well, then generally you're not going to enjoy your next drink because you're still left over with something else. This beer cleans out really well just because of the hops. Most beers rely on their carbonation to clean them out. This beer relies on its hops. So
and that's the cask-ready difference.
Well, no, it's just
right?
the IPA.
Is that just this IPA?
Yeah, it's just the IPA difference. So some IPAs will be very malt heavy, and so malt heavy that they never clean out after the next drink. This, the hops come through to cut as an astringent level to cut everything else out, and then give you a clean flavor afterwards.
Okay. Well, I definitely got that during our quick taste there.
So yeah,
I have to slow down for the next ones. Really try to review them more, like you were saying too.
But yeah, so yeah. You guys do the next beer.
I noticed that with like an IPA, it seems to like, for instance, like if you're doing like a cheap beer or something like that, maybe it's just because like my senses aren't picking up on it anymore. But like if I have like a light beer, for instance, it doesn't stick around as much as like an IPA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can definitely taste
this IPA. Yeah.
Which is something that I actually have just got turned on to IPAs, and that's what I like about it. What is it that makes that like kind of like stick around? Like it seems like almost like a higher quality.
It's going to be generally more sugar left over. So hops are in an astringent level, so that what they want to do is clean everything off your tongue. Excuse me, I've been drinking already. What they want to do is clean everything off your tongue every time, and so they're doing the same thing as like capsaicin would do. They're kind of just slicing your taste buds. They're almost ruining your taste buds in every drink.
It's backlit.
So after a while, like you kind of lose that initial pop of an IPA. So that your third IPA, no matter how good it is, may not taste as good as it would as if it was the first beer.
That's the way all good things are.
Just like when you eat hot sauce, you eat hot sauce for 15 minutes. Like that enchilada that came out after you ate chips and hot sauce for 30 minutes, it's not gonna taste as good as it would have. You know.
Oh, I remember I didn't like anything spicy until I liked things spicy, and then now I'm chasing things that are as spicy as possible.
That's the way it goes.
I mean? Like it's the craziest thing, but
you normally, as soon as somebody discovers they enjoy hops, they never understood what hops were until that, and they love hoppy beers after that. And it's kind of like the same with. I always consider the IPA as the entry-level craft beer. People, they go, I don't like craft beer, I just kind of like this. And then they have an IPA they love for the first time, and they go, oh my goodness, I love craft beer.
Yeah.
And that's the beer they attract to. And then they go double IPAs, and they go Belgians, and it's just a progression. It's like a drug addict.
Because it is, because like I ended up going over, my sister and like family were out at the lake, and they had Bud Light. And I'm so used to like a good tasting beer that I almost became that beer snob, and I was like, guys, I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna get us some other beer.
All right, well, guys, how about we go ahead and we try the next one up on the list here.
So this next one is the Pecan Porter, from 512 Brewing Company. This is out of Austin. This is the only beer that we never take off a tap. Like this is the beer that we started with, our very first beer,
and
it's the beer that we sell in growlers every day. People get upset at us for taking this beer off. If we run out and we're out for 6 hours, people are going to get mad at us. So it's the only beer that we put on. So when you drink this beer, obviously, go ahead and help me review this beer. So like color-wise, what are you viewing?
Really look
it's
at
very
it.
Dark.
Smell it.
Very dark. It's very dark.
The great
it
thing
almost
is,
has like that.
The
that
great thing
coffee.
about this company is pecans are incredibly hard to brew with because they are fatty. And you don't want fat in beer because it gets rid of. You don't want fat in beer because it gets rid of the head. But they seem to retain that great pecan flavor while also retaining a great head retention. They just do a great job. It's really impressive, this beer. It's quite impressive, this beer.
It definitely like distinguishes itself from like almost. any other dark. I mean, like, it has that it's
know what,
almost
it kinda-
coffee-ish.
Yeah,
That's the
it-
only
it
way
is
that
a
I can
little
say it.
coffee-ish.
Okay,
I kinda-
so in smelling that beer, you're getting espresso, like dark roasted, not
yeah.
coffee as much as like
No,
you're not getting into that.
it's
like,
definitely dark.
Yeah.
Dark
So-
espresso, something like that.
Now,
get
when you
that
taste this,
distinctive nutty
you want
quality.
to
You
feel
really
it
do.
first
Yeah.
before you actually taste it.
You know what it
So you want to
kind
feel
of
the way
reminds
it
me
touches
of?
your
It's
tongue,
kind of
like the Christmas of the
It's like a
carbonation,
Christmas
plus
beer.
any leftover
Yeah,
fats or
yeah.
sugars that are left in there, and then describe the flavor that's left over after that, and how quickly it washes out, how quickly it goes away. Those are all important factors in describing what you're tasting.
Well, the great thing about this beer is it has that wonderful Texas distinction. You know, it
Like
does
you
a
wanna
great job.
Look at alcohol as like a sharpness. So any alcohol you taste really shouldn't be there. So like I'm drinking this 16% beer right here. I can't taste the alcohol in it because it's so
Right.
balanced that like all I'm tasting is all the flavors that were intended. So you should in this beer taste a nuttiness, like a not a sharpness but a sweetness from leftover
It does.
sugars that were just still in the bottle or in the
Yeah,
keg,
it's
whatever.
definitely it's a different taste afterwards than when you
Yeah.
actually drink
I was
the
kind
first
of
sip.
like equating it
And
to a
you're not
Christmas
going to taste
beer.
pecans as
You
much
know?
as you're going to taste the sweetness left over from the oils. That kind
Yeah.
of fatty like you would say, fatty overlap.
Well, and the great thing that this beer does is it finishes dry. It's
Right.
not sweet. You know, like
Uh-huh.
there's a lot of darker beers that finish quite sweet, but this beer just does an excellent job of giving you the espresso kind of flavor, but then finally finishing off with that pecan roundness, but then being done. It's
Right.
once it's done with your palate, it's over. And I think it's a great example of a unique beer that does the exact job it's supposed to do. It's just deliver that pecan, chocolatey flavor, and then says goodbye. You can have another beer after me.
And you had the most vague, like you can barely taste it. But
wanna
compared
say-
to the
yeah.
IPA, it definitely doesn't linger around
It's
as long.
definitely what Starbucks should be.
Yes,
Do
if
not
they were to
ever
have
promote
this,
Starbucks in my company again.
I wasn't promoting. I was
That's a
saying what
bad beat.
Starbucks
If-
should be.
If I had a rolled up newspaper, I would swat you. All right, well let's move on to the sour that I think we have here.
okay.
Favorite style of beer right now.
I'm not a big sour fan, but
I'm not going to catch up here.
Okay, so this is Monk's Cafe on the last one, which is this what I would call this
So-
an introductory sour.
So
Like-
yeah, this is a very introductory sour in my opinion. So sour beers can go from a very smooth, sweet, sour flavor such as Monk's Cafe to a extraordinarily bracingly sour beer where it can be almost like lemonade, like a tart lemon bite. But this is the beginner sour. So if you have a sour beer that is much more advanced than this, it can almost bite the tongue, which to me is very favorable. But this is it's a smooth kind of introduction to sours. And in my opinion, sours are the next wave of the beer connoisseurs. You know, you have beer people who love IPAs and hops and high alcohol, but the sours really are the next wave of enjoying beers because they're so unique. They're very distinct to Belgium. So only the Belgian regions have had made beers that are sour. Sorry, you wanted to say something?
No, he just told me to stop drinking your beer.
No, I'm
but
having
I just
a hard
wanted,
time.
I just wanted to say really quick. I mean, it almost has like a lemony taste to it.
It's the acid in the sour. It's the acidic
Right.
quality of the sourness, and that comes from the lactobacillus and the pediococcus and the Brettanomyces. Those bacterias are actually what makes this beer sour, and it's actually quite incredible that these bacterias have formed to make us such a drinkable beer.
Yeah, I mean it. Good.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was just gonna comment on. I've tasted it. I just I had my first sour for the first time like a month ago, and it was not this one. It was much more tart than this. I was not expecting it. So yeah. So maybe I need to start on something like this and move from there. Anyways,
Yeah, I will tell you.
what's the matter?
I just want to explain it a little bit because I am a Latina, right? Representing for all the Latinas in the world here today. Drinking
At
beer.
least for this
But-
show.
but- right? Yeah, every Latina. I speak for all of them, by the way. I speak for all of them. But I just want to say that if there's a little bit of a kind of like if you know tamarindo. I don't know if you know tamarindo. It's like a little bit of sour and a little spicy. So it's different for a beer, but it's actually, I mean, it's really, that's good. I like it. I enjoy it. If you enjoy lime in your drink and then a little bit of spicy.
For me, it's refreshing. You know, like I have these beers that are extraordinarily dense and they're malty body. Well, the great thing about the sourness of a beer is it actually eliminates all maltiness.
I like that.
And so you get this kind of palate cleansing, sour, tannic bite.
I like that. Sour tannic.
And so it removes it, and then you can go into another beer with a clean palate.
I like that.
It's
Very
one
good.
of the most tasty beers, and then it immediately goes away. It's not like the other stuff that,
Yeah, it's very
that we just
quick.
tried out. Yeah.
It's because the bacteria deteriorates all the malt. And so it eats all of the maltose.
Microphone.
It's because the bacteria basically eats all of the maltose in the beer. And so maltose is mostly undigestible by yeast, but bacteria can eat it all away. So you get this wonderfully tasty beer that immediately is gone out of your palate. And all you get is the flavor.
It's amazing that there's all of this stuff that goes
Yeah.
on, like, because it's so easy to just go out and get like a beer. You
Well-
know, like you want a good tasting beer, but
Yeah.
there's like this kind of thought. Like once you actually get into it,
It's a whole science. What I just pulled from that was we just drank a glass of bacteria poop. So, anyways, well, these were all wonderful beers. So we had the 512 Porter. This is the St. Arnold's, the St. Arnold's Endeavor. And then this was, which sour was this again?
That's the Monk's Cafe.
Monk's Cafe Sour. So all excellent beers. I need to try more of this Monk's Cafe and start trying these sours a little bit more. But I think now we're going to move on and we're going to try to do some tales from the bar, where seasoned veterans of bartenders and bartendresses are going to tell us some of the most horrifying things they've ever heard, hopefully.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are we allowed to talk shit, or are we just gonna like tell like cool stories?
all open.
Like, oh, this one time this guy
You do whatever
did it.
you want, all right? This
I go
here's
first?
America. No one's going to step on your freedom
America.
of speech.
Your number one tale from the bar. Your number
So
one
like,
tale.
number one, or like,
Well, let's build it up because we have
Yeah.
more shows coming, so we
I'm
got to
just
give
gonna-
the people something.
I'm gonna give you
to
my
look forward
least
to.
favorite thing recently.
All right,
So, like,
lay it on us.
Like people come in here and like it's kind of a different style. Like you can't tell whether it's a bar or a beer store. So people will walk in and they'll sit down at the bar and they'll look for like 10 minutes, and then they'll say to me, "So how does this work?" And I wonder what bar do they go to that the like you order a beer, I bring it to you,
Yeah.
and then you enjoy it or don't. Then you pay me, and then we do it all over again if you want to or not. And where they go?
Yeah,
like,
what
where they
bar
go
have
that
you
is
been
different
to?
Than that. Like yeah.
He's all right here.
So
Huh?
like that's my least favorite thing recently. But
yeah,
yeah,
because I mean, like, what were they expecting? I mean, like, if they gave you cash, were you going to throw a bottle at them
Yeah.
and then see if they lived to like actually
it's
get
like,
the beer?
Yeah, what do you want from me?
It's
I'm not-
usually the same thing. I
Yeah.
mean,
you don't
go
see
by
any
the-
obstacle courses or anything like that.
Whoever wins,
Yeah.
they get a beer.
Well, see, I love the
That's
layout
standard
of.
here, I see.
If you can make it behind my bar, you can pick your own beer. Like, what do you want from me? Like, I'm
Well,
not
see,
gonna deathmatch you for a beer.
I love the layout of this bar because it's more of a European style. There's the bar and then there's the long table, and that's
Yeah.
kind of it.
Well, yeah.
And,
Couches.
and couches.
Oh, that's
And
another
there's a
thing too.
ceiling.
People will come in sometimes and sit down at the table and look at me like, "Where's the waitress at?" And I'm like,
Come to the bar.
I don't see any
I just spent
waitresses.
2 weeks in Europe, and I have to disagree because you guys serve cold beer here.
Oh well, yeah,
I
it's
said
Texas and it's
style,
hot.
not European.
You wouldn't imagine how many people bitch about like, oh, this beer seems warm because we keep our Belgians like 10 degrees warmer than everything else.
Well,
People are like, this seems warm. Like that's just because it's hot as fuck outside.
Well,
like, I
because
can't
they're
help you.
used to Coors Light, which the can turns
Yeah.
blue when it's negative 55 degrees.
So do my balls. Yeah, took it too far. Took it too far. We're talking about beer, not balls. My bad.
No, I mean, it's crazy. When I was in Europe, every beer is served at warm temperature.
Yeah.
Every beer. I was like, this beer is a Pilsner. It does not need to be served at room temperature, but all right.
Well, yeah. If you want, I can give you all the rest of your beers warm. No problem, dude. For you, I will make that exception.
See that?
One of the most impressive things, there's only 2 beer bars in all of Dallas that I know of that serve a tap of sour beer. It's this place And
the other one's name 'cause fuck them.
No, fuck them. They're not here.
it's another place that has to deal with flying insects.
Nope. I don't believe you.
I would
That
say
place
that.
is probably made up.
I used to always think that I was kind of crazy because I really like warm beer. I like room temperature beer with cake. With cake. Is that weird?
Are you talking about the band
yes.
or the song?
No.
Yes, that's weird.
I am crazy. Yay. I was making sure.
You're not crazy.
One thing
you're
that
special.
One thing that I do, like, especially like whenever I came in here the first time, it was just like I think it was about a month ago, and I realized it was the first time that I've ever walked into a place and I didn't know what I wanted. Like whenever it came to beers, I was like, "There's so many different options."
No, that's how I felt here.
Yeah,
You don't know how many people get 3 feet in the
Actually-
door and like get upset and like get scared and they're like, "Oh God,
I actually
should
have
just
a story about my
I should
first
go
time coming to this
somewhere
bar
else." Like
that,
you're like,
you
"Oh
may
my
not
bad, I
believe.
walked in the wrong place."
So the first time I came to this bar, I was trying to find a case of Schlitz malt liquor. No. Here's the thing. No, but here's the well, actually, it's 2
Sorry, I have
blocks
to get a
down
new
there
beer.
at the convenience store. But my dad wanted me to find a case of Schlitz because he was stationed in the town of Wisconsin that was brewing it, and he was coming down here for a corporate function, and they were like, "Oh, bring us some Schlitz," and he didn't want to check it because it's a pain in the ass. And so he says, "Jay, can you find me some Schlitz in Dallas?" I checked. I mean, I started down at the liquor store at one end of the street, and I just kept going this way.
Yeah, it is.
But I walked in here and I could not find Schlitz. So you guys got to start carrying Schlitz. Apparently, you don't have that.
I can tell you where to get it.
I got some from down the street.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing how much I could say before you just tackle me and tell me to get the fuck out.
I mean, we want to help
Drinking the
rest
best
of the
beer
neighborhood.
made in Texas.
Oh, what do you have there?
I have Walloon from Southern Star.
Okay.
This is it's the best summer beer that I've had in a long
Southern
time.
Star,
and
is that the people who do Blonde
Conroe-
Bombshell?
Yeah, Bombshell
Okay.
Blonde, yeah.
I just found out that I'm distantly related to them.
Ah,
Yeah, my cousin's wife's aunt and uncle run it. So I found that out literally 4 hours ago.
excellent. Do you get any sort of like
I didn't know it
do
until
you get free
then.
beer?
I've never met them, but I want to now.
Yeah, they seem like cool guys.
Now, I was actually just saying that, like, basically, I came here maybe about 3 weeks ago, got to check it out the first time around. This is my second time here. I've been told that you guys have, like, things coming up this month that are going to be going on. Like, anything
Yeah, so
that-
this is actually Belgian Beer Month. Belgian Independence Day is on the 21st of this month, which will be, I guess, Saturday after next.
Now, Belgian beer, you said that those are the ones that usually do a little bit, like, less cold. Is that
Yeah, you're
normal?
gonna serve them a little warmer. They're higher in alcohol. So
Okay.
basically, anything that's higher in alcohol brings everything to your nose, which is an olfactory sensor that brings everything to your brain. So generally, if you can't smell your beer, then you can't taste your beer. A cold beer is not going to release any alcoholic gases. So all those bring all the smells to your nose. So at 45 degrees, a beer is going to bring all the smells to your nose through the alcohol.
Okay.
If you drink a 10% beer at whatever 32 degrees, it's not going to taste like anything. You're going to be able to kill it. You're going to be able to pound
Right.
it just like an American.
Now, I've been told, and like this is like in my new venturing into hanging out with beer snobs, like basically, like they have told me that like good beers are good warm.
That's true.
Is that true?
Yeah.
It's like I said, because you can smell them.
Okay.
Because all the alcohol will actually bring the smell to your nose. If the alcohol is at a dormant level, then it can't bring any smell to your nose because it's
Okay.
not actually evaporating.
Can I just say real quick, you guys all just called me crazy for liking to drink beer warm.
It
and
wasn't
you just said
because-
beer
I
didn't
warm.
call you crazy.
And no, you're talking about the cake.
I just said
but
in
there's
Texas-
something about it.
in
Warm
Texas-
beer
It was
and
the cake.
I'm telling you.
The final word on this is good beer is good no matter what temperature it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it right there. Just don't eat
in
cake
Texas,
with
it's
it.
hot as shit. So why wouldn't
Yeah.
you drink a cold fucking beer? You know, like.
Just don't eat cake with it, and everybody's fine with it.
So you never told a bar horror, yeah.
I have one. I have one. Well, I have several. But there was one
better be good.
where we were drinking beer, we're at a bar, and somebody decides to start playing quarters. You know the game of quarters, right? Well, a friend of mine had just had stitches. He had like a softball boom. You know, he was a softball player, and he had a ball hit him basically like in the head.
He was a man playing softball.
You know,
So he had balls on his
family league.
face.
It was
That's
a
okay.
family league. You know what I'm talking about. And so he had stitches on his head. So we're playing quarters, right? And we're all drinking, and we're at the bar. We're at like a local bar. This is like years ago. I'm like 85, right? And so we're sitting around and we're drinking and we're playing quarters. And we start playing these games because after you get so many in a row, right, you can start making up rules. So one of my other cousins made up a rule that before, like, if you hit the quarter in, you have to set your head down on the table like this, and then come up and then drink your beer. Well, my cousin that had just had his stitches, had stitches in his head, we started drinking, and he hit it, or he missed, and he had a drink, so the key was to put your head down. And he literally, after a few drinks, he hit and went, and slammed his head on the table, and then that was it. It was like, gushing.
Cool story, bro.
That's terrible.
Everyone.
Oh, that is a terrible story from a bar.
Now, if I can't,
when you drink and play quarters.
if I can't throw in, I was just talking to Tate, who is
actually, yeah, we got Tate here.
Somebody who is here along.
Hello.
One of my favorite new. Well, I don't know even how long you guys have been around, but to me, it's brand new because I am drinking nothing but Deep Ellum Brewery.
I'm only a few months into it, and I'm loving it.
Now,
so.
how long have you guys been around?
I mean, it feels brand new to me still, too, because it's been since November, so not that long, yeah.
Okay, very nice. So it is
the whirlwind,
like,
yeah.
I'm so happy that I didn't just find out that you guys have been around for like 12 years, and I'm missing out on this whole thing.
Well, I didn't say what year in November, no.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well,
less than a year, definitely.
Dude, he's third generation.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I should have known. No, but it's I've noticed that it's actually springing up in all these different areas, different like breweries, especially in Deep Ellum. But also, I come here, and the bartender actually is very quick to say, "Oh, we gotta try the Deep Ellum IPA."
Yeah.
So, how did you guys get enough notoriety to where you're moving out as quickly as you guys are?
Well, it's been a multi-tiered process, I would say. A lot of it's been just trying to get the liquid out to people. Because we have good beer. Yeah, you have to have good liquid, right?
Right.
So we have good beer. We want people to try it. So we're doing events. We're out there at Big Texas Beer Festival, for example. We're trying to get the beer out to people. We do tours so people can come down the brewery and try the beer. That happens a lot.
Yeah, can I just interject? So you guys have a beer garden?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Where is that, and how do I sign up?
Well,
$10 every year.
Deep Ellum. Let's go down there.
DeepEllumONAIR.
Yeah, so our brewery's at the south side of Deep Ellum, and we do open to the public on Thursday nights from 6 to 8:30, and then Saturdays from noon to 3 as well. And we did build a beer garden with shade and everything, and an actual stage so we can have bands play on it. So during the tours that we do every week, we do 2 a week, Thursdays, Saturdays, yeah.
What time are those tours again?
The Thursday 6 to 8:30.
Okay.
And Saturday from noon to 3.
All right.
So we do have a live band. We have food provided in some form or fashion. Usually it's a food truck. Sometimes we do like free hot dogs or whatever, but people have an option for food, live music. We do an actual brewery tour, so we can explain the process of making beer and show them all the tanks.
Hey, Pete, what's going on?
How are you?
Yeah, now everybody knows. Sorry, well, I'm doing an interview here. Sorry, man. Sorry.
But I like it when people just walk up and say hi.
He's good people here. This is the guy you want to know.
I'm Tate.
Tate, he's one of the men who runs the Deep Ellum Brewery.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. So
come take a tour. I'll have a double stout.
We were just talking about the tour,
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
So,
I want to come.
Thursday 6 to 8:30, and Saturday it was
noon to 3.
Noon to 3. Yep. So there you go. So next weekend we know what we're doing. Yeah.
I like it.
Yep. Anyways,
You weren't here earlier when we were talking about beer at room temperature, and I have a really...
I missed that whole part.
Okay, here's the thing. I have a love for beer at room temperature and cake. Explain.
And cake?
And cake. I like sweets.
I don't understand her love for cake, but beer at room temperature is okay.
Well, I kicked cake out of my diet because
he's lactose intolerant.
I filled it with beer.
There you go. That's all the carbs.
I can't have my cake and eat it too.
I can.
I can't.
Is it the same explanation? Sometimes I skip dinner for beer.
Oh yeah. I skip
Like,
lunch.
I'm not
for
eating tonight
beer.
because I'm having beer.
Exactly.
Steak in a bottle. Yeah. Steak in a bottle.
All I'm gonna have tonight is beer, so that's healthy, right?
It's healthy.
just-
It's got
it's light
all the
carbs.
ingredients that you want, all the food groups.
Carbohydrates, some protein, alcohol.
And I don't know how many glasses of water are you supposed to drink a day?
8.
So beer's at least 90% water, so I'm good.
There you go.
I'm done.
Wait, I'm 90% water, so I don't have to drink water at all.
I love it.
That's it. You're good.
Solving problems, guys.
All right, well, everyone, that is Tate from Deep Ellum Brewery.
Hello.
Go to the tour.
Come
the
to the
tours are
brewery.
wonderful, and you got to go and check them
Drink
out.
beer.
And we
Support local.
Do it.
Dream catcher.
Yeah. What?
Dream Crusher. So close. Which was sold out
Crusher.
months ago. But yes, buy it.
That was a terrible movie. Don't ever buy that.
Wealth and Taste, our next big one that comes out July 31st. So that's what you should look for.
All right, now we're going to move on to.
Yeah, actually, what we're going to do, Austin Young from the station is going to come on. He has a new independent film project.
Yeah, Austin.
So we're going to be hearing a little about that and some of his other partners. Do what? Oh, that's right, and the ambassador of the Dubstep Show.
Hello.
They sent one out to
Jay,
us.
oddly enough, for no good reason, we're going to let you do the interview for no good reason.
All right.
Holy
well,
shit, this is
the
a new one.
The best reason to have
So-
me do the interview is that I don't know anything about these
That's exactly,
projects.
you stand in for the
And-
audience,
and
essentially
so
is what you're doing.
Now, in my naivete, I can really try to get some good questions out, but I've been drinking a lot, so I probably won't.
I'm pretty fucked up as
Perfect.
well,
and
so I
remember,
think it
don't
works
forget, at
pretty
the end
well.
of the show, we're going to be quizzing everybody on the trivia.
Oh,
So try to keep that
wonderful.
sticking around.
I
That's
forgot
right.
that we even had trivia.
But gentlemen, I'm going to fuck off and give you the mic.
Awesome. Well, all right. All right. So I sat in on the Dubstep show last week
Yep.
briefly, but I don't think I ever met you.
This is Joey Folsom. Actually, we're here to talk about the we work in the independent film industry here in Dallas.
Well, that's what the interview is
Yeah.
going to be about. But I want to plug his show because we're in the same Deep Ellum on the air, kicking ass, and so we have to cross promote because that's what friends do.
Exactly.
Anyways, Joey, would you like to let the folks know when your show is? And
Well, we're in the editing process right now. It's a work in progress. We filmed it back in February. We've been editing it ever since. Got a lot of great people working on it. Austin can tell you about that.
Yeah, Joey here is actually a triple threat. He was one of the writers, producers, and directors.
Whoa.
And he actually,
Daniel
well, not
Guyton's the
writers,
writer.
not
Yeah.
writers, sorry, but one of the main actors in the film.
Oh, okay.
The film is called Georgie Gets a Facelift, and we're hoping to air it within the Leeds Film Festival in the next year. We're also willing to take it to the Dallas Film Festival, also move it by South by Southwest. It's a short film. It's a drama, black comedy.
It's definitely a black comedy.
It's
There's
definitely
a
black
lot
comedy.
of, lot of
But
really
not
dark
like
humor.
blackface, because
No,
you can't do
That's
that.
illegal.
If there were strolling minstrels in it, you'd be the first one to know.
All right. Well, very cool. Can you give us a small synopsis without giving away too much?
Oh, sure. I mean, it's a short, It's written by Daniel Guyton, and it's from the play by the same name. I was lucky enough to do it a couple summers ago for the Festival of Independent Theaters. We mounted it there, and then shortly after that, I think it was published after that run. I think it was the sixth time it was performed. It's been performed all over the country, and it's just a nice little slice of life, I like to say.
Well, it's a great film, and we're hoping that it'll show. We shot it on one of the best cameras that you can get in the independent industry right now. We had a great team behind us. Raymond Carter Cantrell was our UPM on the film.
Yeah, we had a lot of great talent come up from Austin, Texas. A lot of great talent here in Dallas. Lisa Ann Harem plays Georgie's mom.
Yeah.
Rebecca Francis plays the Girl Scout.
All
and
right.
then there's Georgie, so it's three people. Georgie, his mom, and the Girl Scout. And there's a lot of other great elements to it. But it's a comedy, and it's really, really dark.
That's the way I like my comedy.
Right, yeah,
So,
yeah.
because that's how life is. Let's face it.
At the core, it is a comedy when it all comes
Yeah.
down to it. Despite all the heavy stuff that happens in the short film.
Well, that's one of the reasons why the script was chosen is because Dallas seems to be they seem to do a lot of drama when it comes to the film industry, but what they don't really pick
Yeah.
up on is they don't pick up on the bigger issues that comes to the independent film industry, which we were able to do. We were able to shoot a great film for a micro budget. We were able to have some of the best cast that you can get in this local area and that are working professionally all over the time.
People don't realize that some of the best talent in the film industry, actors behind the camera, they're in Texas. You know, some of the best talent in the country.
Well, you were talking to us about that the other night when we were at the show. You were saying about how the Texas and Louisiana film scene is just exploding right now.
It's exploding. We have things like Dallas. I mean, I know that we have a lot of reality shows in Texas at the moment, which me and him both work on at the moment, is our day job.
Make that money.
Make that money, homie. I mean, that's how our great fearless leader makes his living as well.
Yeah.
Jansen works on Cheaters. You know, we work on Big Rich.
Dell is a prostitute.
Yeah,
so.
Dell's a prostitute. I mean, you'll be amazed by how many people just come in this city and work on like most of the people in this city, like a lot of the artists make their money off this film industry.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a short, or not it's a feature film that was shot for a very micro budget called Novella, which Joey is one of the main actors in, and I had the privilege of ADing.
It's a great piece written and directed by Mitch McLeod. The lead is Chris Casarino, and probably the other lead you'd say is Nico Red Star, and I got to play Roger Riggs in that. You know.
All right.
His name is Rico Red Star.
Nico.
Nico Red Star. Everybody, pay attention.
Like really?
Yeah, really. That is really his name.
IMDb him.
Yeah, he's actually on IMDb. They actually gave him credit.
And he's not in pornography.
No, and he's amazingly not. Well,
I mean, with a name
one
like
of the nicest
Joey knows
guys you'll
about
ever meet.
Well, I believe you. It's just like with a name like that, I was fully expecting like IMDb 230 porn films.
But yeah, man. The thing is that we're here always to promote the Dallas film industry, and we always will be. And what we want to do right now is that we're kicking off an Indiegogo campaign to help fund our advertising, help fund us through film festivals and all the sorts that we need for the rest of our time.
It's a chance to be a part of something that's finished and now is ready to. Well, it is being finished and go out into the world.
Now,
you know.
Now, do y'all have like a Kickstarter or anything that our fans
Indiegogo.
can help? Indiegogo.
Indiegogo is definitely the way to go,
right,
because
wanting to reiterate.
Indiegogo will give you your money even if you don't meet your target.
Oh yeah, Kickstarter doesn't.
Kickstarter's a bit of a cunt when it comes to that area. But,
but Indiegogo, yes.
Look up Georgia Gets a Facelift on there. We'll be launching the new campaign shortly for the festival budget.
Type in Georgia Gets a Facelift, man. It's the first thing that comes up on Google is our Indiegogo campaign.
Right.
And we're starting the next campaign a week today. We will be kickstarting the next campaign with the trailer. And also, as well as we'll be including Novella on that. We'll be kickstarting them as well.
Yeah, and if you want like a real taste of the show, check out the trailer. The trailer's going to be really solid. I mean, like I say, it's at heart it's a comedy, but there is social relevance in it, and I think especially to people that live in a place like DFW, like Dallas, that they're going to find something in there to connect with.
And check out DeepEllumONAIR. Georgia Gets a Facelift. The first place that trailer will play will be DeepEllumONAIR.
Very cool. I will be checking out that trailer in 1 week, you said?
Well, you guys review films. Would you guys be interested in having that as one of your premiere trailers for the show?
I'd be fine with that. And since Dell keeps on letting me like add stuff to the show, I think we can pull that off.
Right on.
But well, that's wonderful. And let's see, what else have we got here? He was whispering in your ear. I don't know if we're transitioning.
I think next up we're going to be coming up with. So Dell, what do we have up next, buddy?
Guys, we're actually going to have up the Guess This Beer.
Ooh, Guess This Beer segment is coming up right now.
This is what I've been looking forward to all night. I mean, you guys are great and everything, and I do look forward to your work.
Right.
But
beer's beer.
Just tell us to piss up. Beer is beer, especially on Beerweiser.
All right. I can't. Well, technically, I could drink you, but that's just creepy. But
I believe they call that cannibalism, Sunshine.
Anyways, so two cannibals are eating a clown. One looks at the other and says, "Hey, does this taste funny to you?"
Hey, did you hear the good news?
Nah.
Amy Winehouse has been sober for a year.
Oh, that's terrible.
Taste your beer, guys.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us on, man.
Yes, thank you all for being on Beerenstein. We look forward to seeing the trailer in a week. You said that you're in post-production now for Georgia Gets a Facelift. But
you're going to see some great music coming out from Alex Worthington.
All right.
A lot of great cinematography and from Brandon Torres and David Morgan and Ben Tubbs. Austin here, he first AD'd and he's helping with the editing. There's a lot of great stuff from a lot of very talented people that are local. You
All
know,
right.
and it's time to
And that's what
support
we're all
that.
about at
Yeah,
Deep Ellum. We
absolutely.
like the local.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and
for having
we
me.
hope to have you back on soon for
Absolutely, man.
you know, a little bit more promotion for Georgie.
Sounds good.
All right.
Man, so what a great show this has turned out to be.
Yeah, no kidding. And well, we got like half the people here.
Well,
Thankfully, we still have Jedi.
What's actually really cool about it is that like you come here, at least I was. I'll tell you about my experience. I come here, I'm thinking I'll try out some new beers, but actually I'm learning more about how I'm going to go about being a beer snob.
Oh yeah,
like
there's so much to learn.
Yeah.
Like, I had no idea.
I mean, like really, when it comes down to it, there's beers that like I've had like growing up, and then there's beer where there's like actual thought put into it.
Yeah,
and
the whole
it's-
science and like people knew what they were setting out to craft, and that's all you'll get here. You can't buy a Coors here. You can't buy a
Right.
Bud Light here.
Yeah.
They just that is for other bars and other places.
Yeah.
You go to Midtown for that.
that is the easy cop out. Like you're always just like, oh, I'll just take whatever. I'll take a Bud Light.
Yeah, whatever's on tap, whatever. But here, you know, you come here, and I like the atmosphere because you know it's the big bar that we have down there, and then it's the big table where like you're gonna sit next to a stranger and drink, and like I've had some very interesting drunken conversations here, and I love it. I just think it's the best thing ever.
I noticed a few of them just as I was getting a beer.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's how it happens, and you gotta love that.
I think that actually does come when you look over at the taps, and I at least know of most off-brand beers, like just different random ones.
Yeah.
But I looked over at the things that were on tap, and I was like, okay, so what do you recommend? I don't recognize any of these things, so that will turn into a conversation starter.
Go ahead, finish up.
Oh no, we're just talking about how much we love the World Beer Company, the bottle shop here
Dude,
on
aren't they
Lois
freaking
Greenville.
amazing? 550 types of beers. Jenna, can we get a shot? Oh, man, look at this. I was clattering into it. Look, I can see it on the screen. Yes.
Nearly lost his hand to a beard.
Can we get a shot that shows the beer all in the background there?
Is
So
that
the people at
doable,
home.
or-
Oh, I think he's still. There we go.
And when
Look
you
at that.
when you
Shells
come out
and
here,
shells of crazy, and it's not like Miller Lite or Bud Light or anything like that. I mean, this is
No,
all.
we already went over the fact that you can't get either of those
It's
here.
ridiculous.
There's
It's
real
awesome.
beer here.
So one of the things we're going to do is going to be we're going to do a little competition of guess that beer next. But before we do that, I want to talk a little bit about some of the other shows on the station. Here we have the lovely V from Hungover with V. So let's talk about V. What is your show about? When does it air? What is it about?
My show is called Hungover with V, and it airs Sundays from 11 to 1. And we drink beer. This Sunday, we're going to have some burlesque girls, a painting burlesque show. Yes. We're going to
If you
have
don't know
them
what
on.
burlesque is, Google it. It'll take you multiple times to spell it right. But
If you don't know what burlesque is, I'm so sorry
Yeah.
for you. So sorry.
Go
Sad. Yeah, and I told them to come in costume. I was like, you guys have to come dressed up, which basically
this
means
is exciting.
nothing. Nothing. Pasties.
And then the best part is it
Pasties.
rolls over to my show, the Del
Yeah,
show.
they're going to be on Del OL.
2 to 3 on Sundays, so you get a nice little hour break. But yeah, so it's going to be a burlesque Sunday.
A
It's going to be
burlesque Sunday,
freaking awesome.
Which
Yeah,
is
it's
just
gonna be
like
a
my
lot of
daddy
fun.
imagined it. My dad was like, he wished for that.
And he did. That
He
was
did.
his dying wish.
His dying wish. He's not dying yet, but
No, he
said
got
like
better.
30 or 40
But
years
when he
from
thought he
now.
was dying, when he thought the mob was coming after him, he said one thing to me. He said, "Del, get out of my face. I
did.
can't stand you."
It's
And then he
true.
said that other thing. But let's talk about some of the other shows on the station real fast. So what else? Jimmy, you have a couple of shows.
Yeah,
What's going on
Jimmy.
there?
yeah. Well, actually, we're doing Dallas EDM Live. That's on.
What does the EDM stand
Tuesday.
for? 'Cause people
electronic dance music.
Okay,
So,
you shut your mouth. I'm playing the part of the ignorant audience member who wants
it's
to
your
know.
turn to do that.
It's
Okay.
a bit. I'm a character.
Right.
Idiot.
You are a character.
So yeah, we're gonna be doing that, and then also I believe as long as this is all figured out, we're gonna start doing really bad radio on DeepEllumONAIR.
That's gonna be awesome,
love
man.
bad
I
radio.
can, yeah.
What
that's
is
gonna be
that?
awesome.
Could you
That
explain that a
is
little bit?
basically
Not to be confused, bad radio is 1310 the ticket.
Right.
Really bad radio is
Yes.
something different. So
It's a
like,
whole
let's
different
not try to get
platform, yeah.
sued on this. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically it's just a lot of internet culture type things. We do a lot of like viral videos.
So it's 33% porn then is the show. If it's all
Basically,
internet?
yeah.
Awesome.
Everything that
That's
we
what
can show.
We need is porn. That's
Yeah.
all we need.
Just a porn
little
show?
Just a little porn.
Yeah.
Just from the bottom down.
We'll show as much as we possibly can.
Awesome.
Yes.
Now what about some of
From
the
the
other shows?
Bulldogs
Now what about
gals
some of the
down.
other shows on the station? We have.
Yes.
Jenna, what do we got here? We got Loose Lips, right?
Oh, wait. First
No.
of all, I want to say right here, Loose Lips, we're on Monday nights, and we talk local politics. And some people might be bored by that, but
I'm bored listening to you right now.
But I am drinking the whole time, so and it's not
And
required.
we're seeing what
it's
it's doing
not
right
required.
now. No, yeah.
The best political arguments.
Tell us a little bit about Loose Lips, Jedi.
Oh, well, hey, you know what? I think V, she kind of did it, for us. But, hey, we also got Dark Side Sports Radio on Saturdays.
Yep.
That's the first show that DeepEllumONAIR had, man.
Really? Dark Side Sports?
Yeah, Dark Side Sports Radio going on 2 years now.
Yeah, can I say something about that? Oh, my God, yeah. Well, get it out of my face. Get it out of my face.
Unprofessional.
Yeah, so unprofessional. But I just want to say that Side Sports Radio is the one sports radio network that I will actually watch. And I'm not a sports person. I'm not. I gave up on that like 20 years ago, along with the clap.
Fan, she said sports person.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
clearly shows her level of.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll say it. I'm not a sports fan.
I'm not either,
and,
but their show
Dark
is
Side Sports
fucking
Radio
great.
will have you laughing.
Yes,
for sure.
they will.
check it
They'll
out.
have
When
you
does that
laughing.
air?
That's on Saturdays at 6, and right
Yes.
before them, they got we have the Untitled Super Cool Nerd Show at 3:30.
Oh, yeah, it's a good show, too. But
They love me.
I've
They
just been
love me on
tapped
that
by
show.
someone who's not my
what's that
superior and told me we need to move on to the next bit. So the next segment is going to be called Guess the Beer Type. So we have Chris Hanks. Can we have Chris Hanks over here, please? He's lined up a wonderful tasting right here. Now we're going to have the show's hosts compete against a couple of volunteers. Now if the show hosts win, they get nothing at all. But if the volunteers win, they get to take home an awesome pint glass and a free pint. So right here.
All right, we got votes.
What are your names?
Tim.
Tim and
Megan.
Megan. Which one's Tim? Okay, I don't want to assume it's 2012. So, all right. So I'll tell you, folks. Why don't you come on over here? Let me move the.
We got space.
There we go.
That's the
Let me get
answer.
this out. Let me look and make it a little more professional for you.
All right, looks like we got.
And I'm gonna let Chris. Why don't you go ahead? Since we're gonna do is everybody's gonna take everybody gets their own and then try to guess what it is.
Okay.
Chris is gonna walk you through it.
Is that how it's going? All right. So there you go.
These are all different beer styles we have to guess?
Yeah, they're all different, and everyone's going to drink one. And then Chris has the answers. He knows everything. He knows everything. Pretty much.
These are all
it's
different
kinda
beers.
Crazy.
That we have on draft here.
So you're going to
They're all
drink your
mystery
beer.
beers. So if you can pick it out the fastest, then you win.
All right.
So I just have to guess the
Fastest.
Guess the style, and if you can guess the name.
Guess what beer it
that's
is.
Even more. Oh, it's what beer it is.
What beer it is.
And keep in mind, they're all off the taps, and you've been in this bar for a while now, so.
I think I have mine already.
You're kind of unfair, though.
I believe I have Deep Ellum IPA.
Let me see yours real quick. That's not right.
I have a stout.
You got kind of suckered into
What was
this
yours?
because
That one?
he's a brewer.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you got it.
So
You
it's
got it.
weighted.
Yeah, we'll still probably give you a prize.
But I get nothing. I get nothing.
You get nothing. But let's see.
You'll get
what
nothing.
Second place.
I get nothing like it.
I have a stout. I don't think I can tell you what exactly what brewery it came from.
Don't give him help.
Okay.
I'm gonna need help,
Cheated.
guys.
I think I have a 512 pecan porter.
Yes, sir, you do. Yes, sir, you do.
I am not from Canada, but if you can guess where I'm from, you'll get something free.
Guess where 502 Pecan Porter is from?
No.
Damn it.
But close.
Shouldn't have had Mission Peninsula.
No.
Colorado. Not at all close. You're disqualified.
Cap shocks, cap brakes, cap motor.
Wisconsin?
Chicago.
Paris, Texas.
I should have known that one.
What do you got?
Kind of amber ale.
Amber ale.
Lay off them. We have an accent to them too.
It's the Great Scott. Great Scott from Petticolas, which is out of Dallas.
Did you hear that?
That's our newest opening brewery.
That is a delicious beer.
He already won. It was first. He
This
buzzed
is
in
our first show, by
He's
the way,
buzzer.
so we're still figuring
He's
out
buzzer.
this
You
whole
guys didn't see the buzzer.
contest thing.
Nothing. Do you have like
Scotch ale.
I don't want
She said it. She said it. We got one right here.
She is buying shots. She's buying
Yeah,
shots.
that's it.
Yes.
Now she buys us all around the shots. All right. Well, yep. This is all. Well, let's see here. 512 is. Megan.
Oh, Colin, well, he gets nothing then.
No, she wins.
She wins.
Yeah.
No, I don't get.
We don't know how contests work.
Look, a fancy, crazy.
There you go.
Donated by the House of Blues.
Yay, House of Blues. They're such great people.
We'll see what we can do by getting that filled up for you.
So, anyways, all right. I didn't get a beer to guess. What did you have?
I had a beer that would have been really great with cake.
With
cake.
With the cake. All night with this. All night.
I know.
Wait, we're going to see Cake later?
Yeah. You just lost mic
Is
privileges.
Cake in town?
Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but I sipped this, and I would like to say that it's an IPA.
You're
I
wrong.
don't know what it is, but it seems a little bit
No, you're
like
so wrong.
cider.
No, wrong
not
again.
even close.
IPA
So far
and
wrong.
cider, they're just guessing
Tell
now.
you why.
Because I love you.
It's a beer de garde, a French beer de garde.
French goes good with
Gavroche.
cake.
This is the beer that you had is called Gavroche. It's a French beer de garde.
Ooh la la.
So like so far wrong.
You know what? That's the problem. I speak Spanish, not French. I'm the only one who took Spanish in high school. I'm the only one. Everybody else took French. I took
I'm not
Spanish.
sure why you have to be racist right now.
Shut up.
Why do you have to be racist right now? Like, why can't we just be people? Why can't we just be people who love beer?
So,
Yeah, exactly.
so what is a beer de garde? I've never heard of that.
A beer de garde is basically it's an ancient style that nowadays is left to anyone's interpretation, but basically means a French amber.
Okay.
So this beer resembles what it would have resembled 1,000 years ago had someone that 1,000
all right,
years
well,
ago still been alive.
I'll have to give that a shot.
And if we were still alive, I would have had it
Now
with
mine,
cake.
I honestly have no idea what this is.
That is actually your glass though?
Yeah.
Okay, so
It was something blonde. It was like a blonde.
yeah, it's something on tap. It's something on tap.
See, I'm not familiar with what's on tap. So like,
It's something on this list here.
I love Minnesota.
That might
It's
help.
a great place to live.
Minnesota? Yeah, sure.
It's great.
I've never actually lived there, but
Breckenridge.
I'm sorry, you
No.
lose.
I lose.
You lose. You lose the most. You're the most losing of all people that have lost in this game.
V, what are you guys reading?
Live Oak.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You're the What we're drinking? He had the Live Oak Hefeweizen, which is the only beer in Texas that's actually rated on the Beer Advocate Top 100.
It
It's
is.
the only beer worth
The Live Oak
talking about.
Hefeweizen is actually one of the best Hefeweizens in the world.
Yeah. According to Jesus.
According to
Jesus
Jesus.
knew his beer. Like,
Well, actually, no.
Well,
It is
he
true now, but it was not true about 2 years ago.
Accident.
So the Russian Imperial Stout from Jester King, before they went farmhouse, used to be one of the best Russian Imperial Stouts in the world. But they went farmhouse, and it's now very far down on the list.
I still enjoy that beer so much because we still sell it here.
The farmhouse version
That beer
is
is so
total
good because we
poop.
still have some.
But the original version was excellent. Excellent.
You guys come buy that beer from us until it's out.
Wait, do you guys still have the original version?
No, the farmhouse. Come buy it though. You guys come buy it. At where
are we about to have a beer
don't
fight?
Listen to that guy. No. No, I just need to sell this.
Lay it down with some cake right now. I will have a cake bite
You and
a
your
beer
cake.
Cake is
What
not
is
in
it with
town.
you and cake
is
and
not in
beer?
town.
What is this extreme fetish of cake and beer?
I can't believe you guys have
Cake
not
and
had it. You
beer.
guys call yourself the connoisseurs. Yeah, I like my cake and my beer too.
No,
Are you a real
when I was
red
in
velvet
Germany,
kinda girl?
they serve cake and Pilsner together,
Thank you. See, did you
but it's disgusting.
No,
it's
it's
gross.
They don't shave. Does that make it okay?
I love that in V's
I'm not one
house.
to judge.
You walk in and you see cake and you're like, oh, we're drinking a lot tonight, aren't we?
Oh shit! There's a lot of
All right,
drinking
up
tonight.
next, we're going to be doing amateur beer reviews. So, Chris,
All right.
if you want to go ahead and get the beers ready for the next one, it's going to be you and Cullen.
All right.
And 3 amateurs. Now, what they're going to try to do is review.
So 2 experts and 3 amateurs.
Yeah, 2 experts and 3 amateurs. Yeah, 1 beer. That's why everybody has, because they actually asked me, how do you want me to review it? And I said, exactly like that. Train wrecks are always way more enjoyable.
Can I burp
to
on
me.
air?
Yeah, absolutely. I said fuck earlier, and no one seemed to get upset.
Okay,
with
so
me.
I said shit just about 5 seconds ago. I got really worried. I was like, oh my goodness, I just cursed on air.
Totally fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to introduce 3 of the amateurs.
Okay.
And you and Chris, here's what we're also going to do. It's a little informative, too. We're also going to let y'all walk them through the process
of the aroma,
so it should be for the people at home a little informative as well.
So for the people at home, just to let everyone know, I'm a BJCP qualified judge, which is the beer certification judging program. So
that's right.
I've actually been a beer judge for many years now.
And we talked about the fact you're a nano brewer, you're a home brewer, but
right.
How many gallons of beer do you make a week?
A week, actually, it's better for me for a year. I make about 600 gallons a year.
Wow, 600 gallons. Dude, that's amazing. And I've had your beer. The 16% He Who Must Not Be Named, which I believe you were pouring a little earlier.
Yeah, a little bit earlier.
Is my favorite beer I've ever had. I've honestly got to
so
tell you
much.
that. I talked about it for weeks.
Well, I let Nate try some, or Nate, right, from DeepEllum earlier.
Which one?
He is gone now. I believe his name was Nate.
Ryan?
Not Brian. No,
Cordell?
Not Cordell.
Austin?
No, he was from DeepEllum Brewing. Nate.
Oh, Nate from the. I thought you meant DeepEllumONAIR.
No.
I've been
DeepEllum Brewing.
I've been drinking.
And,
sorry.
And he was very impressed with all of our beers. So I'm glad we can build a community here. But
I'm telling you, you do some great work.
Thank you.
You do the work
so much.
of the people.
Work of the people. I'm the proletariat.
So I'll tell you what. Let's bring in some of the amateurs.
All right.
Ladies,
Let's get them in here.
If y'all like to come over here. If you want to go ahead and scoot down a little bit.
Do I need to?
We're gonna be doing the amateur beer review.
Do I sit here?
Yeah, you can sit. It doesn't matter.
All right, so
wherever you people like, you wonderful people.
Sarah.
Sarah and
Lee.
Sarah and Lee. All right, Sarah Lee, coffee cake. All right, do you guys know Sarah Lee? No. All right,
guys, if y'all want to use
sorry.
this mic over here.
Sorry, that's a crude joke, but I had to make it. And
we're going to actually let Cullen host this bit. He's never been in charge of hosting a segment before. So this is great because it works on 2 levels. Y'all are going to be reviewing beers as amateurs, and he's a professional nano brewer and certified beer
judge.
Beer judge. But he's going to learn how to host a segment.
No, yeah. So
it's going to be a learning experience
I'm an amateur
for everybody.
segment hoster and a certified beer judge. So.
How do you get certified as a beer judge?
You have to take many classes, actually. So it's called the BJCP, and you have to take these classes to understand what you know about beer flavors, beer phenolics, and beer mouthfeel. So Chris is serving us some fine beers here. So the first thing about beers you want to actually understand is the aroma. So you're going to take the beer and just try to have any perception of what you can sense on the nose. What do you guys sense? Fruity? So Sarah, Lee, what do you think? Coffee.
Well, there's a fruitiness to it. But
Fruity, yeah. Floral. I get floral. 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 Like a flower. Yeah. So I get floral. Do you guys get floral at all? So, just to give you kind of a background, a continental Pilsner malt, which is a malt that is used in a lot of European beers, can give you that floral note. So this might be a Pilsner beer. It's light, it's very delicate, it's very hard to perceive, but it's floral. Then the next thing you're gonna try to perceive in a beer is the taste. So you're gonna take a sip and try to sip it, like try to almost push it across your tongue. You know, like.
To me, that tastes like a Hefeweizen.
It does have that wheat flavor. It kind of has a.
It's not very hoppy at all.
No, there's no hop presence at all. Good pickup. There's no hop presence. It has a sweet, malty character. So the 2 components in beers you're going to really kind of detect right away are the malty presence, which is sweetness, and the hop presence, which is bitter. And there's no bitterness at all. So it's most like a wheat beer or a non-hop beer. And that's mostly a wheat beer, depending on where it's from.
But a Pilsner is not a wheat beer, right?
It can be. Pilsner is actually it's just a malt variety. So there's actually in most wheat beers, there's about 50% Pilsner malt. It's it's not commonly known, but it's actually half of most wheat beers is Pilsner malt. It's not completely wheat. In my opinion, this is actually probably Austin's 512 Hefeweizen. I've had this beer before, so I can kind of detect it right off the bat.
I thought it was a Hefeweizen, but I didn't know it was an Austin's 512.
Yeah, I actually believe this is Austin's 512 Hefeweizen. And you can kind of taste the clove slightly, some orange peel, like dried orange peel flavor. Right. There's no bitterness. Excellent catch on the no hops. The sweetness is palatable, but not cloying. So sometimes you have beers that are so sweet it's like drinking syrup almost. It sticks to your mouth and it's unpleasant. This actually has a very pleasant, easy drinking sweetness, which is nice during the summer. You know, it's like you have a nice summer beer, and this is excellent. So little known fact is this Texas beer is one of the highest rated Hefeweizens in all of the world. It's actually world-class Hefeweizen. So
what else is up there?
German Hefeweizens are really all that's up there.
Like,
yeah.
Did you have like
Weinstefan's Kristallweiss is one of the higher ones on there. There's also one from Schneiderweiss. Schneiderweiss is also high up there. But this is actually one of the most excellent examples of a Hefeweizen you can have. So it's clean. It's clean but sweet. It gives you that clove, that candied orange peel, almost a banana-like character. But it's very nice, drinkable. Yeah. So as you can see, beer can be just as enjoyable as wine, and oftentimes more enjoyable. So what are some of your favorite styles of beer?
Actually, I don't drink beer that much, but I guess my go-to would be Boddington's. And then my favorite all-time is Diebels. So.
Which one?
Is Diebels. It's a German beer.
Diebels.
It's kind of like a local German beer. I think it's local to Düsseldorf.
So is it an alt beer?
I couldn't tell you. I haven't had it. The last time I was in Germany, I was probably 19.
So a local Düsseldorf beer is called the Düsseldorf Alte Bier, and it's a darker beer. Was it a darker beer?
Yeah, it's a very dark beer.
So yeah, I was just in Germany about a week ago, and Germany makes excellent beers, but the local beer in Düsseldorf is called an Alte Bier. And it's basically not a lager. So most beers made in Germany are lagers. Yeah. This one is actually a darker ale. So it's excellent. But Boddington's is actually an English bitter, lower in alcohol, lower in bitterness. What about you, sir?
Yeah, I like. Have you had Pliny the Elder?
Yes, from Russian River. Yeah, it's excellent.
I like that a lot. I like Stone IPA a lot.
So you're a hophead.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else.
Have you ever had the Sculpin from...
the what?
The Sculpin IPA from Ballast Point?
No, never heard
Also
of it.
excellent.
Good.
That or the Big Eye.
Do they have that here?
They do. Actually, no, they have it in Dallas. I don't know if they have it here, but you can get it. They might have it on tap here, actually. It's very excellent. It's from San Diego. And what about you?
I think my favorite is Fin de Monde.
The Fin de Monde?
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
That was my favorite beer for about 5 years.
But other than that, I don't love IPAs, but I pretty much really.
So you enjoy Belgian-style beers?
Yeah.
Le Fin de Monde is a Belgian-style Golden Strong. It's an excellent style beer, and it's actually made in Canada. So it's a great beer. Their Maudit and Traibal, or Traib, is also excellent. They were my favorite brewery for quite a long time.
What did you move on to? What's your favorite?
It's tough. It's like, what's my favorite child? I actually, my favorite style beer right now is sour beers. Sour beers have kind of become my favorite style beers as of late. They have a sour beer on tap. It's called Monk's Cafe tonight. It's actually quite excellent. It almost has a lemonade-style quality to it. It's tart, but not bracingly sour. But Russian River is actually known worldwide for their sour beers. And also in Belgium, Cantillon is also excellent. So I think Belgians have experimented with sour beers more than any other culture. So, but Le Fin de Monde, Maudite, Terrible are all excellent. So it's a great. You guys actually have an incredibly diverse style of beers you like. So where did you try Pliny the Elder for the first time?
It was at a bar called the Verdugo in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And I haven't had it since, actually. But
So you lived in California?
yeah.
Where in
I went
California?
to college there. I was in Eagle Rock in Los Angeles.
I went to USC.
Oh, cool.
Yes. So I was in California for 4 years.
Did
yeah.
you ever have a Russian River out there? Or?
Yeah, no, I went to Russian River. I made a pilgrimage up there.
That's in Northern California, right?
Yeah, it's north of San Francisco. It's
Yeah.
excellent up there, but it's.
So how did the beer review go?
It went well.
I was trying to refill very important things, you know.
You guys picked like the absolute best people out of the crowd.
Well, that's the bar, all right? That's just World Beer Company, all right? Nothing but awesome people.
These people love excellent beer.
We need another tasting, though, I think.
I agree.
Common table?
I have been to Cometale. It's
I've only actually been there one time. You know, my godfather told me to go there for the beers, and I don't. How do you feel about that? I want to know how you felt about the dispersion of beers up there.
I believe it's not excellent, but it's okay.
About Amsterdam bar.
I've never been there, but I hear it's awesome.
The beers on tap are insane. The entire bar is completely just different kinds of beer. It's amazing. I mean, you should go there.
Have you ever been to Strange Ways?
No, I haven't.
They love good beer.
That's good. Where is that?
It's off of Fitzhugh in Capitol.
No.
Anyways, so
If you ever get a chance to go to Strange Ways, they have about Strange Ways. If you ever get a chance to go there, they have about. Sorry.
We're transitioning because we only have 30 minutes left. I'm very sorry to cut you off, but we're
We can
trying.
have an off-air conversation.
This is our first show, and we're trying to get the timing down right and figure everything out. So I'm very sorry for being so rude and interrupting. But so let's see. The next thing that is on our agenda is giving out instructions for drinking games, because some poor people out there on the internet don't know how to properly play drinking games. And I just got filled in on one that you can play for 1 week straight.
Is it Polish?
No, but it's a distinctly American invention.
Really?
Because it revolves around Shark Week.
Shark Week.
Everybody loves Shark Week.
Wait, your favorite week out of the whole year is Shark Week.
All right, so that was my brother.
Do you have a
just saw the
boyfriend?
background, and he just told me he gave me here the instructions for the game Shark Week. All right, step 1. Anytime someone is referred to as a shark expert, you take 2 sips of your beer. All right? Begin drinking when any shark becomes airborne. Don't stop until it is all the way back in the water, even if it's slow motion.
Well, I was about to say those slow-mo, sometimes they're like 25 minutes long.
No, you really just have to stick with it. That's dedication to Shark Week right there. All right, well, there's still 6 more things we got to get through here. Anyone speaks with an Australian accent, 1 sip.
Every person on Shark Week.
Yep, pretty much. Someone gives advice on how to survive a shark attack, 2 sips. I would think that's pretty common.
Punch them in the face or poke them in the eyes.
Yeah, it's like, hey, by the way, don't get attacked by a shark. That's the best way to survive.
Don't
it.
swim
So,
in shark-infested waters.
Yeah. Let's see here. Number 5. Anytime you hear the Jaws theme music, 3 sips.
Dun 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 dun.
Isn't that like the theme song to Shark Week?
That or blood. I don't know.
Yep. Anyways, all right. So
I'm sorry. I'm gonna save all you people from this. I don't know why he's reading Shark Week to you.
So have you ever heard of the Game of
I'm
Thrones?
gonna save all of y'all from this. But
giving people great advice. That's why I'm giving it. This is a great drinking game. You should listen.
Wait, who's a fan of Game of Thrones here? Raise your hand. Game of Thrones,
Guys,
HBO.
I want to say thank you for participating. Did y'all learn anything?
There's an
about how to review
incredible
beers?
Game of Thrones drinking game. Incredible.
Maybe.
Exactly, pretty much.
Well, guys, we want to say thanks for coming on. We appreciate that.
Yes,
Thank you,
all very
Sarah,
much for
Lee.
putting up with
Thank
us
you.
and our shenanigans.
Try Strange Ways. It's
We hope you
excellent.
enjoyed. Come
And
back in a month. We'll
your
be doing
friend,
this
Allison.
Okay, actually, up next, we're going to have the Gabish Brothers, local publishers.
So wait, we have time for the Gabrish Brothers, but not to finish 2 more rules.
Go ahead. No, let's hear it. Let's go here. Here.
All right. So, all right. Number 6, a reenactment of attack is 2 sips. Number 7, someone dies. Finish your entire drink in their honor. It's a pretty good one. 8, anyone gets submerged in a steel cage. 3 sips of your drink.
That's every
Number
time.
9,
Yeah, that's every show.
you see a shark caught or trapped. 2 sips.
That's every 15 seconds for a week.
So basically, drink for a week.
I like this game.
Well, it's like the Game of Thrones drinking game. It's like every time someone drinks, you drink. Every time someone dies, you drink. Every time someone gets stabbed, you drink.
Every time someone
there's
fucks, you
every
drink.
time there's sex, you drink. Every time there's incest, 2
You
drinks.
you kill it. You gotta kill your beer.
I
on
gotta
the
start
inside.
watching the show. I'm behind on it.
God.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
come
missing
on.
out.
You have to watch the show.
Yeah, I'm definitely behind on that.
All right, so we have the Brothers Gabrish.
We're gonna have the Brothers Gab. Yeah, they
The
got a
Brothers
new book
Gabish?
coming out.
Really? A new
yeah.
trade
And
coming out.
we're gonna stick these guys here at the end, and we're gonna give them the mic. But Brothers Gab, would y'all like to hop up here and discuss a little bit what's going on? These guys are micro publishers. They've been producing short story anthologies in pulp.
How you doing, man?
And in sci-fi, and they're starting to become a little bit of a legend around these parts. So, Jay, I'm gonna hand this off to you.
I haven't seen you since you had a beard.
No, I saw you in the hailstorm day.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Yes, absolutely.
Fancy shirt, Jay.
All right, so I'm just sitting down into fart stink.
Wow, yeah, someone just
Yeah,
apparently-
they'll just crop dusted us.
Why are we talking to Jay instead of down?
Because
Did we just get short
have you seen this shirt that I'm wearing?
He's
I'm
wearing a
classing up the
tux.
place. All right, that's why they have me on here.
I love it. It's like a tuxedo shirt with orange on it. Because there would be an orange tuxedo.
So you're both saying you want to see me with my shirt off.
Yes.
That's a little creepy.
Love to see you with your shirt off.
They'll kick me out again.
Again.
Except, well, maybe Stephanie wouldn't.
They let you back in.
Stephanie would just keep me in back, honestly.
Your shirt off. And it's
What did I do in the background?
Oh, they're asking me to take my shirt off.
Yeah.
So,
I'm all for it.
Shirt, no shoes, man.
Me too.
Extra service.
all class and
yeah, because I look so good with my beer gut now.
Hey, man. Grow it out for a reason.
That's right. All right, so gentlemen, we're here to talk about your new book that you're coming out with. If you would like to hold that up, we have a camera over there.
The 5th anthology, folk anthology is coming out.
Really get up on there.
Let's get all that shit. Summer, fall 2012, one more, and God, we can stop putting them out every 6 months. Thank God.
But they're really good, guys. I mean,
they are. We love
it's some great pulp work.
It is awesome. It is. It's been a really. It's been a joy, like actually getting to work with our authors so frequently. But I think what we're going to start moving towards is doing. Are we doing themed anthologies? Is that
Wait, so just a second.
we're doing the annual poll.
So for the woefully ignorant, explain pulp real fast. Like
Yes, please do. And right up in your mic, please.
Pulp is a collection of genre fiction. So it's action, adventure, mystery, detective, science fiction, fantasy, western.
Is this like harkening
horror.
back to the 1950s?
Yeah, complete, 1920s, 30s,
1920s and
all that kind of
30s?
stuff. But what we do that's kind of unique amongst anthology people is we just do pulp in general. So what you're going to get in these are going to be all genre stories. It's not necessarily all horror. It's not all sci-fi. You don't know what you're going to get. There's going to be a mishmash of different kinds of genres.
Very awesome.
Yeah, it's...
The hardest part about it.
Well, I usually like to keep about a couple of different couple of stories for different genres, break it up.
Well, the hardest part about it, I was going to say, is you finish one of the stories. Sometimes they're fairly short, sometimes they're longer, but you always want to start the next one to see what's going to happen.
So if I'm a fan of H.G. Wells or Jules Verne, am I going to be able to get into one of your guys' stories?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We do a lot of sci-fi in it. I mean, Ray Bradbury, Lovecraft.
Lovecraft, awesome.
I compare like Stephen King into a couple anthologies.
Except massive pulp.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think we we have a quota of at least one H.P. Lovecraft story that we have to meet with each.
Nice.
So a lot of Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
A lot of Cthulhu.
Yes. So I think there is one in. There's just one, right? In this.
Well, yours.
Yeah.
Actually.
Oh yeah. No, I actually have a short story in this one too.
Oh, is it your Knights Templar one?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a prequel to the story that we released in the first anthology.
So where do I buy you guys' stuff?
The first one, I guess, Paperbacks or Lucky Dog Books is what it's called now, off of Garland Road, just north of Gaston, north of Buckner. It's the new location they moved to, and
It's where Paperback Plus moved.
It's where Paperbacks Plus moved to, and they went under the name Lucky Dog Books, which is a great new location, by the way. If you haven't been out there, like, go check it out.
Let me ask you this: do you have a website that it can be ordered off of, or Amazon?
www.twitpublishing.com.
And I can buy it directly from you guys.
Yes.
Awesome,
Good.
awesome.
Absolutely.
So will you deliver it to me, or do I have to come pick it up?
Well, you live across the street.
No, I know. Me. No, but let's say I live in Plano.
Will get mailed to you.
Let's say if I live in Plano. Okay,
Well,
cool.
We do print-on-demand publishing, so we have links directly to the CreateSpace website.
Excellent.
For each book from our website, and you go through them for right now. I think we're talking about changing it over to this one service called Gumroad, where it's going to be. We basically save a little bit of money, but you guys pay exactly the same thing. I think it's actually a little bit less.
So fuck the public. Can I trade you guys beer for books?
Depends on how good the beer is.
Excellent.
He makes really good beer.
He does.
Actually, well, I mean, can't we just like pull out of the beer fund?
I would love to pay the writers with beer, but
Oh, we can just put the money directly into the account and just be like, oh, okay.
well, how about this? You could.
Okay.
So little barter system.
So
there.
yes.
It really depends on how good the beer is.
It's good.
Excellent.
Okay.
I've heard it's very good.
And he'll
So
do that
how about a
other thing.
case of it?
Per book? Per book?
Per book.
Per book, really? Okay. Well,
Oh,
actually,
case I think
we
we
can actually do
can totally make a deal.
They're,
All right.
They're very easy when it comes to that.
Sounds like a good deal.
Are you able to like mail beer to our authors as payment? 'Cause I think a couple of ours would actually take it.
I can give it to you and you guys can mail it.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
FedEx will mail that shit.
Really?
Yep.
FedEx will do it.
Just say it's Yeast Depository.
They can't mail their mom.
I had a really awful joke.
In case the internet, you can say it.
Yeah. You
Really? They do,
I just said fuck
they do
about
sex
2 seconds
worker
ago
trafficking
and
now?
fuck.
They do sex worker trafficking?
You know what I
Yes.
say? I say America.
Yes.
We'll say what we want, goddammit.
Fuck yeah.
I thought this was America.
Okay, so we also have Gloria to Pass, our first novel that we put out just recently. Our author, Chris O'Grady. We actually do not have a continuation of this story in the new books, but we do have a story by him. Good, like, hard-boiled detective style. And then...
Any questions, V?
We've got the pulp
I have
books
lots
that are
of questions.
currently out that just
Yep.
came out in February.
What is
One
that?
more
Let me
pulp
see.
book.
One more. We
I
got
love
Violet
pulp.
coming out.
Ooh.
That way you can
Yeah.
create, finish the sextumvirate of Rainbow Tasty.
I don't drink orange juice.
Violet.
Violet. Sextumvirate. Yeah, it's 6.
I love sex.
Yep.
Oh, 6.
Sextumvirate.
Fuck.
Yeah, like a triumvirate.
So, yeah, it's like
So
a
close.
But 3 more. But yeah, 3 more, so it's a sextumvirate.
But
Are you guys twins?
Obviously not.
they're not even V. They're not even related.
Really?
No.
It's
We're called the Gabbrish Brothers, but we're not
Well,
related.
brothers.
if you-
They're actually uncles.
If
The
you had
brothers
answered yes, you would have gone home with me, but it's cool, whatever.
Sorry, we both have girlfriends.
Right, and they're,
Honestly,
You guys are
with
missing
V,
out,
she would've
sorry.
asked them to join
awesome,
in.
and they're so great.
With her, she would have asked the girlfriends to join in.
Yeah, they could come. They are welcome. Well, never mind, you're not related,
Joe's
so
got a
it's
camera.
pointless. Yeah.
This is internet radio. Everything goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Drinking beer.
I gotta go order more beer. The bar's about to close.
Yeah.
Wait, what time is it?
Anyways, can you tell us a little bit more about the detective novel that's coming out? Just real quick, just a quick synopsis.
Okay, so Gloria to Pass.
Yeah.
Gloria to Pass came out March of this year. It is a crime noir story. It's not detective fiction at all. It's basically Wilder is he's in town. Yeah, it's crime fiction. It's crime noir. he's in town. He's doing a knockover job at some gambling joint. Misses the time that he's supposed to show up. Picks up this chick, Gloriana, makes a pass at her, wins the title. And
I thought it was about some mountain pass named Glorieta.
There is actually
there was a battle in New Mexico.
See, that's what I thought. Okay, continue. Sorry, my nerdiness is introduced. Yeah.
And so he gets into a tussle with the local strongmen, the cops in the area, because Glorieta is married to the richest man in town.
Of course. As all good noir women should be.
Exactly. And they frame him for murder, and so he is going back. And really, the core of it is that Dan Wilder's, it's not his real name, and he's trying to recover.
Little North by Northwest there.
Yeah, he's trying to recover his information, like trying to clear everything and trying to find some way to either A, get his information back so he doesn't have to pay all the money to get a new.
You can't give it to him. He was in on it.
So wait, I have a quick interjection here. What got you guys into this style of literature? I mean, this is obviously a niche.
I mean, it's actually
really do. I've always been like a big Lovecraft fan. He's always been a really big Lovecraft fan.
Oh, they're blank. Okay, sorry.
So you guys got into this just because of the love of it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean,
It's a labor of passion.
It is. I enjoy love.
Like bringing a woman to orgasm.
On the books themselves. I do the editing myself. I do story selection on it. Like honestly, I love it. Like I love reading the stories through it. I mean, like I had to read like a lot of stories like 4 or 5 times. And it's just so much better.
Hey, get right up on that motherfucker.
Yeah, we have a lot of background noise. So yeah, give a robot a blowjob and just get up on
Well,
that microphone.
that's really fantastic. You know, I love hearing about guys. You know, I have a labor of passion myself, and I love hearing about you guys like really getting into this stuff, and that's really fantastic to hear.
They do great work, and we're very happy to
besides
have them in
being
the neighborhood.
really ultra gay right now, that's fine. Ultra gay right now, that's fine. Ultra gay.
Yeah, just with that.
Okay,
whole
maybe
microphone.
ultra incestual. Never mind. I'll take the gay back.
But anyways.
Between me and a microphone.
Yeah.
That's really fantastic.
Your mind is just going to dirty places.
It
I
is.
don't know
My mind is going in ultra.
Maybe you need another 3 beers or something.
I just want to thank you guys for really keeping up a craft that is kind of going by the wayside in America right now.
I mean, we do ebooks.
Yeah.
No, but I'm talking about like you guys are actually keeping up.
In general?
No, not publishing, the actual like craft of keeping up with pulp. That's actually an awesome thing. Yeah.
There's a really weird kind of subculture around like neo-pulp kind of thing.
This isn't like steam. Like I hate hearing that adjective.
Well, okay, so we're doing an anthology called Diesel Punk that's coming out in the near future.
Right.
Which is a little bit different. It's different than steampunk.
Well, steam is attached to so many things these days. It becomes diluted.
No, oh man,
it has become really cliche.
Yeah, cliche. Exactly.
Oh god, there's a cog on that. It must be steampunk.
Exactly.
That's kind of bullshit.
I agree.
And it's really funny. Like I'm gonna piss off a lot of the steampunk community.
Don't worry, they're all perfecting their cosplays right now, so don't worry about it.
They're all playing Vampire the Masquerade right now.
Exactly.
We went and did a steampunk convention out in Fort Worth about a year and a half ago, or earlier this year. Last year, whatever. And have you ever read the Deference Engine?
No, I have not.
Okay, so it's the original.
William Gibson and Bruce Ray.
I've heard of it, but I have not read it.
It's the original novel that kind of set off.
Right.
Really created it, and all of these people that we talked to, like none of them even knew what the fuck it was.
Yeah, we were like,
So
you
like really like the Deference Engine, right? And they're like, what?
Yeah, what's that?
It's an unfortunate fad that's kind of ruined a really unique portion of American literature, or not necessarily American literature, but literature.
Actually, probably more Victorian.
Yeah. English Victorian, yeah. Well, Lovecraft, yeah.
So, actually, the diesel punk that we're doing would be more Lovecraftian.
Yeah, it's 20s, 30s, and 40s.
See, I don't know diesel punk.
Yeah. Well, diesel punk is basically like it's like the diesel with the engines. The gear up for after World War I, up until World War too until like, you have the atom bomb, which the atom bomb basically makes an atom pump.
Right.
Yeah, so look for that coming out soon.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming out here, and you guys are amazing.
Look, well, as a fan, as an actual fan who's read the stories and known you guys for a while, yes, I want to say thank you for coming out. But y'all do some great work. You do the work of the gods, gentlemen.
So wait on your short story, by the way, Dell.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get one of these days. I'm gonna get it to you.
So I also wait for you to read my short story too.
Well, I know. We'll get around to it one day. All right. Well, thank you very much for being on, Chris. We appreciate it. Twitpublishing.com, everyone. Make sure you check that out while you're watching the show. All right. Up next, last segment of the evening, everybody. We have the memory quiz.
Very important.
Who remembers
Very important.
what trivia from the show? Can I get all the hosts and everybody that's taking the test to come over here? That always helps.
I don't want you to get lost. I know how you are. I'm on you. Show yours out, man. I'm on you. Oh, it was FDR. I left that one blank. I won't cheat. I thought about it. I was like, what is? I know I'm forgetting. It's up to you. No, I did enough of that in college to get through that. Yeah.
All right. How's everybody doing? Does everybody feel pretty comfortable? Jay, how do you think you did?
I think that I left one blank that I knew, but I didn't want to write one down because I wasn't certain I knew, you know? But, no, I think I did all right.
Cullen, as an expert in the field of beer, how do you think you're doing?
Beerology.
I'm doing okay, but I've had quite a few beers.
Well, that's odd. Why would that happen? Hey, V, ma'am, how you feeling about taking the quiz?
Oh my God! You have to understand. I have been smoking my whole life to prepare for this.
Well,
and not tobacco.
Smoking a lot of marijuana.
She's never even
is
learned
that
how
what
to.
it is?
Not tobacco.
She's been painting her room green, as we like to say.
Time.
Jimmy, how you feeling over there, sir?
I've got number one. I was trying to copy from him, and he wouldn't let me.
V, I didn't even know you knew how to
Whoever lets
write.
me copy, I will let them copy field.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here's the reward. The person who scores the highest does not get a kiss from me. So the punishment is everyone else gets one.
Oh, man. Well, you should have said that
So try
early.
harder.
If you had said that at the beginning, this shit would have been different.
Chris, how do you feel about the quiz? You think
Balin?
He's Balin.
Yeah, he's my ride. I got to go, man.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to poop so bad right now.
All right, everybody trade yours to somebody else. You got 30 seconds. Let's see. Wrap them up. Is that what we're going to do? Everybody take somebody else's.
Over there. I'll take this one
here. Make sure
here.
you get somebody else's here.
All right.
Yeah, everybody's trading. Yeah, I know. Let's show this to the camera. Can we get a shot on that?
You really won that one. I'll just take that.
She's straight up just went with a giant B.
All right. You got that right. That's right. That's right. I think that's right.
All right, let's see now. Here we go. I'm going to read off the answers. Question one. Everybody should have gotten right because I forgot to take the name off the quote. Without question, the greatest invention in the history of mankind is beer. I'll grant you that wheel was also a fine invention, but the wheel does not go nearly as well with pizza.
I left that one blank.
Dave Barry and Jay missed it.
I didn't read the whole thing.
Even though it has the name on there.
But hey, look. Now skip to question 8. Now skip to question 8.
I know. We'll get to that one too. Don't worry. This is like when the teacher gives you a freebie for them messing up on the test.
Teacher's already given me a freebie for other things.
Beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. That is Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah.
Everybody should know that one. Woo!
Right.
Did anybody miss that one? Yeah, all right, good Americans. He's a wise man who invented beer. Who was that? Plato. One of the greatest philosophical minds of all time. All right.
The greatest toy of all
The question is,
time.
the first consumer protection law ever written was enacted over beer by Duke Willingham of Bavaria in 1516. He's the only one who knew that. It was the pure... Wait. No, we're not done to that yet. What was the purity law limiting the ingredients of... I'm sorry. It was the purity law limiting the ingredients of beer to 3 ingredients. What are they? What are the 3 ingredients?
Water and barley.
No.
But you didn't write it down.
No. Barley, malt, and hops. I'm sorry, barley, hops, and water. And you still got it wrong.
Barley, hops, and water? Oh.
Hemp was illegal as well.
Beer is the second most popular beverage in the world. Coming in behind? Tea. Doesn't that piss you off? That really pisses me off. All right, Pabst beer is now called Pabst Blue Ribbon because it was the first beer to win a blue ribbon at which Chicago's World Fair?
1880.
And I just said it was Chicago's. I can't even read these questions right. I've been drinking so much. Chicago. What?
I have no idea.
Okay, no, 1893, the Chicago Brew.
I was down by 6.
Oh.
Closer than me.
Which is the largest brewery in the United States?
Anheuser-Busch.
Anheuser-Busch. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, also known as FDR, was elected in 1930. Wait, I'm still doing it again. Which president was elected on his promise to end prohibition?
It's a two thing.
FDR.
Yeah.
What year? 1932. Did anybody miss that one?
Yep.
I did.
Chris did.
You get bonus, you get points for that.
I missed that one completely.
In which country can you buy beer in vending machines and from street
Japan.
vendors?
Because you can buy anything in a vending machine in Japan.
Including used panties. Used panties and women. What is the official alcohol of the United States?
Bourbon. Because you left it on there.
Should have been beer.
Hey, just so the world knows, Dell left it on there.
Yeah. No, you didn't. I also let that answer on there. Okay, what number, based on a printer's error, is on the Rolling Rock label?
33.
So everybody has a total of 15 answers. Please count them up. Jimmy got them all right. We got 3. What's the highest score? 7?
We got a 7 here.
Okay, 7. So we got Chris, Hanks, Jimmy Ryan, and what else we got? Remember, some of them had 2 answers.
Oh, I may have fucked up some of that extra.
It doesn't matter. The show's almost over anyway. 8. Look at this. Colin Fraser, local brewer. Sir, what do you? So
Mazel.
I'm so thankful for the Academy and all my friends, and I'm just so overwhelmed with emotion right now. I cannot believe it.
Guys, thanks for watching Beerenstein.
Thank you very much.
First Friday of every month at the World Beer Company Bottle Shop, 2116 Greenville Avenue. We're going to be here next month, August, first Friday.
That's
Everybody
right.
wave.
Everybody wave.
Thank you, you beautiful people.
We love you,
and
Internet.
You're welcome.
Internet radio are the best.
You know, I'd just kill it. These people don't deserve a good ending anyway.
Let's get some leads.